Okay, we're back. We're live. Welcome to ThinkTech Asia in Review on a given Friday. I'm Jay Fidel, your host, and with me today is Mark Shklov, attorney at law in Bishop Square. Hi, Mark.
Hi.
Thank you for coming around.
My pleasure.
Thank you for everything. We'll enumerate all the things as we go.
Some of it we won't talk about.
Okay, with us today we have two China visiting lawyers, Thomas Wan and Jane Ying. Thank you for coming, you guys. Say hello to our audience.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you, Jay.
All right, well done. Now, what this is all about is the China Visitor Lawyer Program. And both Thomas and Jane are part of that program, and they're here under the auspices of that program, and they're embedded in the law firm of Cade, Schutte, Fleming, and Wright, and under the avuncular tutelage, may I say that? The avuncular tutelage of Mark Shklov, who helps them every day.
Roger Epstein also.
And Roger Epstein at Cade's, of course, supervises them on real projects in the Cade Schutte firm. And I'll ask you about your view of that in a little while. Roger, a shout out to Roger. Thank you, Roger. Okay, so what is this all about? You guys arrived in early November. What were the circumstances of your arrival? What is the program as you see it? Thomas?
I would see this program as a continuing legal education program, just like, Hawaii Bar Association got the same program. And we can learn a lot from the program, and we can know how lawyers here work and how they compete in the court, and what's the court system here. And we can know a lot of things which will broaden our knowledge and our eye view. Certainly, they will benefit to our clients.
Yes, yes, great. How about for you, Jane? I mean, why you guys go into this anyway?
Yeah, I think the purpose of having this program and why we enjoy this program is because it provides us tremendous opportunities to learn from our counterparty, colleagues here, and to learn the legal environment, business environment, and social environment here in U.S. So we can go back and provide useful information to our clients and to improve our practice back in China. So that's one purpose. The another purpose is, of course, we also want to deliver the information from China to the U.S. Friends here to understand what is the modern China like, and how maybe give useful information about doing business in China. Yeah. So
well, we want that too.
Yeah. That's why we are here.
Yeah.
And glad Mark and Roger, Larry, and Ellen, provide, and Jay, you provide us this, opportunities. Thank you so much.
We like you.
Thank you. We like you too.
So, tell me, what is the nature of your practice? What firm is it, and where is it, and what are your roles in that firm?
My firm is called Joinway Law Firm. We are headquartered in Shanghai, and we got several branch offices throughout the whole China, and totally we have over 100 licensed lawyers. And our main practice area is real estate, corporate, and financial service, and dispute resolution.
How long have you been practicing, Thomas?
Over 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah.
Does that make you a senior in the firm?
Yeah. A lot of there were a lot of very, very senior lawyers in our firm.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. And I think our founding partners, their age is over 70. It's very, very senior lawyers.
Well, considering how recent, the development of the bar in China is, that's quite impressive that you have such senior lawyers. This is good. This makes you a powerful firm, though.
Yeah.
How about you, Jane?
Yeah, I'm come from Global Law Office, which is a Chinese law firm. We have more than 200 lawyers with our firm. We have 3 offices, headquartered in Beijing, but have decent size Shanghai office and Shenzhen office. So in terms of practice areas, we are basically a full range service firm. So cover a lot of things like, corporate, like real estate, like capital market, like private equity practice, like IPs, like, employment, everything which is involving corporation, we will serve our clients.
I know that, where are you in the firm?
Well, I'm a partner with the firm since 2009. Before that, I worked with another Shanghai firm, Chinese firm in Shanghai. Yeah.
So it's okay in China to move around between firms? Lawyers move around?
Yeah.
Well, I think, because legal practice in China is relatively new and young. Basically, we only have like 30 years history for being in private sector. So, there are a lot of demand in the market for young, partners, young lawyers. So, and also there are great competition between Chinese firms and international firms. So, yeah, I think, in terms of, changing law firms, it's quite, normal in China right now.
That's good. Well, I wanted to ask you a question just occurred to me, and that is, you guys are in a very exciting industry. Not to say that other things aren't exciting too. Everybody knows that everything in China is exciting right now.
Yeah.
But you're in an exciting industry because it really didn't exist more than 30 years ago. And Mark and I both know Richard Xu, who was one of the early China lawyers who actually created a law school at one time and does have a firm, the what's it called again?
Pioneer.
The Pioneer Law Group, yeah, in Shanghai. But you must, and then you're in a situation where law is very important in China. Finding best practices, finding the rule of law, creating a new system. We had a couple of lawyers come, one from a big firm, one was a law professor a few weeks ago through Shackley Raffetto at this table, and they came here for one thing only, to see a jury trial.
They're from China?
Yes. They came only to see a jury trial. And they said they wanted to take that back to China and see if they could advance the notion of jury trial in business cases. It was very interesting. But, it strikes me that you're in an area which is developing right now, and you're changing things. As fast as China is going, you're going faster. No? How does it feel?
Well, I think both is encouraging, challenging, and interesting. In terms of challenging, is because it's changing all the time. So you're going to make a lot of efforts to come up with, or you just follow up all the updates. So this is really challenging in China. And because everything is changing, so, you don't really have a lot of clear, rules or, precedents which you can follow. So you must.
We have the same problem here.
Yeah, probably everywhere. Yeah, so sometimes you need to be, innovative as well as cautious. So, a lot of challenging in there. A lot of encouraging because, that means to our young lawyers, to people like us, then we have more opportunities because, we are at the same level of other people. We're going to, have tremendous opportunities to explore all the opportunities of all kinds of possibilities. And this makes life really, interesting and encouraging.
What about you, Thomas?
Yeah, we are living in a changing world. Everything is changing very fast, and so I think that we take a very good opportunity to be a visiting lawyer here. And China now is adopted the opening and the reform policy. So we are eager to open to the outside world. So that offers lawyers in China the very good opportunities.
Global possibilities.
Yeah.
You have to see it that way.
Yeah, we have got a lot of international clients. To help them to invest in China and have Chinese local companies to invest outside China. So.
A few years ago, the multinationals had a corner on the international business in China. Now it's the China firms that are getting into that area, and there are a lot of firms like your firms that are doing international business. This wasn't the case 10 or 20 years ago.
Yeah.
What about, what about the prestige? It strikes me that if you guys have to do well in school to be a lawyer, right? Not everybody can be a lawyer in China. Am I right? You have to be a good student.
Yeah, you must get the law degree. And you must pass the bar test. It's very, very selective.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard, very hard.
Okay.
And after you pass the bar examination, you must practice in a law firm for 1 year. Then you can get the practice license.
That's the old system in the U.S. That used to be that way here. You had to, what was it called, read the law. And you practiced in a firm, you didn't have a license, and after a period of time of reading the law, you would be licensed. There was an alternative, right, to the bar associate, the bar examination. But the other thing that strikes me, all this considered that we've talked about, lawyers in China, like you, have a lot of prestige. Am I right?
Well, I guess so. To some extent, and to some things, we are really prestigious in some ways, I think.
You're so modest.
We are Chinese. Part of the culture, I guess. We really privileged to be able to, get to know the political inside of the China to some extent. We really have the opportunities to see a lot of development in a lot of areas in China. We get the most opportunities to travel around the country as well as the world now.
For the practice.
So, yes.
But this gives you an advantage that you can do that.
Yeah, definitely. And we get programs like this enable us to exchange the ideas, to learn things from outside of China. This is really give us the most prestigious to be a leading practice in China. Maybe one day we can be one of the leading practice in the world. So that's really our prestige.
It strikes me that that one of China's initiatives going forward right now today, China wants to be a global power. It is a global power already, but it wants to be more of a global power every day. And one of the initiatives that it is embracing in order to do that is the emergence of a legal industry. You guys are involved in the emergence of a legal industry. Therefore, you are very important people to China's basic plan of becoming a global, international power. And it strikes me that you are part of history. You are important in the relative initiatives that are going forward. You are changing, and everybody expects you to, are changing the country, not only internally, but externally as well. Am I right?
Yeah, surely. Yeah, I think we are standing historical moments. China is opening its door to the outside world, and we want to attract more and more foreign investment into China. And because I'm doing a lot of FDI projects, so a lot of companies from all over the world to invest into China in various industries. Yeah, we have foreign clients to do such kind of work, and also we have Chinese domestic companies to invest overseas. Yeah.
Oh, I'm touched. And Mark and I know you. We are pleased to know you. And on that note, we're going to have to take a break.
Thank you.
We're going to take a short break. Mark Shklov in the second row. And then Thomas Wang and Jun Ying, both China visiting lawyers. And we're discussing the China Visiting Lawyer Program here on Asia in Review in the Think Tech series. We'll be right back in one moment.
We want to thank our underwriters. Hawaiian Electric Company and its affiliates Maui Electric on Maui and Hawaii Electric Light Company on Hawaii Island are deeply committed to the communities they serve.
Galen Ho is a senior executive of BAE Systems, a global defense, security, and aerospace company.
The High-Tech Development Corporation, the state's leading technology agency, attached to the Department of Business, Economic Development, and Tourism.
Castle and Cook Hawaii, with a time-honored legacy that spans more than 160 years and revolves around its mission of investing in Hawaii, creating communities, and providing for the needs of our state.
Hawaii Gas, formerly the Gas Company, a proponent of the Liquefied Natural Gas Initiative, helping Hawaii achieve its transition to clean energy and a better energy future.
Collateral Analytics, a Hawaii-based tech company empowering the real estate industry with greater and faster access to the tools and data they need to make better informed property investment decisions.
I'm Nicole Horry. Thanks so much for joining us on ThinkTech.
I'm Maria Kashem. See you next time.
We're back, we're live, we're Asia Interview in the ThinkTech series today with Mark Shklov, attorney at law here, who is part of the, Pan-Pacific, Inter-Pacific Bar Association?
Inter-Pacific Bar.
One of the founders, I think, who created a whole network of lawyers all around the Pacific and who participates actively in that as we speak.
Right.
And then we have Thomas Wang and Jane Ying, both of whom are lawyers practicing in Shanghai and who are here as a result of action by the Bar Association in Shanghai, working in Cade, Schutte, Fleming, and Wright as embedded lawyers, China visiting lawyers as part of the China Visiting Lawyer Program. And I wanted to, just get a handle on what you guys are doing in your daily lives here in Hawaii. You're working at Cade, Schutte. You go to work like every other lawyer. It's like being a lawyer in Hawaii, isn't it?
Yeah. We do a lot of, legal work here to do some legal research on interesting topics, and we communicate with the lawyers in case, and we went to the district court and the federal court, and to attend the court hearings. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you about your reaction to that in a minute. So have you been writing memos, legal memos and briefs and advice to clients and all that?
We are not practicing American law here, but
you help the firm.
Yeah.
And you actually do research.
And we do a comparative study on land system here, and I'm writing an article about the land system comparison between Shanghai and Hawaii.
That'll be very valuable, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in the times to come, when we know that the Chinese people will come here and be actively involved in buying property and businesses and whatever. We want that.
Yeah.
So Jane, what about you? What are you doing every day?
Yeah, we have all kinds of things going on right now. We worked in Cade Chateau, and we write articles with our colleagues here, try to be helpful to the foreign investors who invest in real estate or stock here in Hawaii. And we attended a client's meeting who are actually Chinese, coming from China, and they are investing here. So we attended the meeting, try to understand what they need and how we can help. And also we had lectures from Alan Ma, who's talking us about immigration rules.
He was at our dinner.
Yeah.
And he was on the show here a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. So have lectures, and we attend the training of Bar Association here about the professional conduct. So we're learning a lot of stuff. So it's really exciting.
Good.
Yeah.
So it's like it's an LLM, but a lot easier.
Yeah, a lot of things, a lot of practical things. Yeah.
No test. So Mark, can you tell the people, tell our listeners how this program came about, and what's the container for all this activity?
Well, originally, after I had spent some time in Shanghai, just sort of checking out what the legal environment was and meeting people, I met the senior lawyer, Richard Shu, who really started the program and introduced us to some young Shanghai lawyers. And we had them we've been doing this now for 8 or 9 years, and we have had them over in a visiting program, and they all were very interested in it and did very well. And at some point, the Huangpu Judicial District, which is the governmental entity in Shanghai that overlooks lawyers, asked if we would take a more formal type of position. So that's what we've done, and we've had maybe 5 or so lawyers that have been selected by Huangpu and our group come here and stay for about 3 months embedded in CADES, but also meeting a lot of people. And our ultimate goal is this, Jay, is that if a lawyer or one of the contacts here in Hawaii needs to talk to somebody in Shanghai or Beijing or Hong Kong, where we all have alumni of this program now.
Yes, over how many years now? 6 years?
More than that.
7 years.
Yeah, I think 7 years. All they have to do is pick up the phone because we've developed the relationship. And likewise for the lawyers in China, all they have to do, because they know the person, development of personal relationships is very important in China, as it is in other parts of Asia, more so than the United States. But it provides the bridge that allows you just to pick up the phone because you already know the person, you can trust them, you're friends with them, which is very important, and you know that you can call them and get something done. So that's the ultimate goal.
This is really critical, and it's making the bridge, building the bridge. So it's a benefit on both sides, on all sides. It's great to have that. Well, I wanted to get a handle also on your personal lives here while you're here. So think about that question while we take this break. We're going to take a short break and come back and ask you whether you've been surfing or not. Yeah. I'm Jay Fidel. This is Asia in Review, part of the Think Tech live streaming series. That was Mark Shklov, attorney at law, a minute ago, and one of the founders of the China Visiting Lawyer Program. With our visiting lawyers, Thomas Wang and Jane Ying. We'll be right back after this break.
Aloha, I'm Nicole Horry for Think Tech. For nearly half a century, the Hawaii Foreign Trade Zone No. 9 has brought the benefits of the Foreign Trade Zone program to Hawaii businesses and entrepreneurs. DBET, the Department of Business, Economic Development, and Tourism, operates Hawaii's Foreign Trade Zone program to encourage international business and economic development. The Foreign Trade Zone's mission is to increase the amount of international trading activity in Hawaii, thereby providing employment opportunities for the residents of our island state. For more information, see ftz9.org. I'm Nicole Horry. Mahalo.
We're back. We're live. I'm Jay Fidel, your host for Asia in Review as part of the Think Tech live streaming series with Mark Shklov, attorney at law, and Thomas Wang and Jane Ying, who are China visiting lawyers here in the China Visiting Lawyer Program. We're talking about how it's going. You've been here 6 weeks already.
Yeah.
And you know, when I first saw you, you looked pale.
Yeah.
You don't look pale anymore? What's going on?
Yeah, we went to a lot of interesting places, and we went to the Diamond Head, and we climbed on top of the crater, and we went to the Punch Bowl ceremony, and also we went to surfing. It's quite interesting.
Surfing.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get hurt?
Yeah, when we take the waves, yeah, but
Did any sharks eat you?
we see the turtles, yeah.
I saw turtles.
Yeah, just by him.
Turtles.
Yeah, just
They're
by
not
him.
nearly as dangerous.
But they are lovely.
And when we also went to the Pearl Harbor, yeah, to watch,
sure.
Yeah, Arizona Memorial. Yeah, and also the World War II exhibits. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, you've
quite
seen a lot of
interesting.
things.
And so the beaches here is very, very, very beautiful and fantastic. Fascinating. Yeah.
As nice as Hainan?
Yeah, more beautiful than Hainan. Yeah, the natural
That's
scene.
what we want to hear.
We really have a lot of fun here.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Well, we have a great tourist industry. We have an amazing infrastructure,
Yeah.
and we have a beautiful location. You know, have you gone to the neighbor islands yet? Big question.
Not yet.
I hope you get a chance.
Jane,
Yeah.
Jane is planning on going with her husband, who's
Yeah.
coming here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a whole different view. You know,
Yeah.
it's this, you know, Oahu is sort of, you know, it's like Hong Kong. You know,
Yeah.
More commercial,
it was more people and less space.
Yeah.
But when you go to the Big Island, for example, it's infinite. There's
Wow.
so much space you can see for miles and miles and miles,
Wow.
and the scenery is spectacular.
Yeah.
You should go too.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Okay,
planning
well,
as well.
My wife and son will be here and 22nd December.
Ah, good. Oh,
Yeah,
it's just
so
before
maybe I will,
Christmas.
will bring them, to the Big Islands or Maui Islands. Yeah,
Oh, that's great. So, has your family been to Hawaii before? Have you been to Hawaii before?
it is the first time.
Okay.
Ever. Yeah,
So you'll be able to show them around.
yeah.
That'd be
I
great.
can be the guide. Yeah.
It's all training.
Yeah.
And Jane, you went surfing too. How was it? Did you have a good experience?
Yeah, I was totally enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know,
Stood up
this
and
is-
everything.
Yeah. I would never expect me to stand up, you know, in the first time, but I did it. So it was really exciting.
Wow.
So we went the second time, you know, it's really big fun, you know, and we're learning a lot of technicals, which we never know. And I find out, you know, this year they have a competition right back in Hainan in China. And, you know, the woman from Hawaii get the championship. And it's the second time she got the championship. So
that's
it's so
great.
exciting, you know. I sort of starting looking into the places which I can continue serve after I get back to China. So it's really, you know, get me into that sport.
Yeah. What about
Yeah.
the championships? You can go to Hainan and compete.
Yeah, maybe one day. I'm not sure, but you know, I certainly would like to see you know, in person, you know, or join the competition if possible.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. You really
Yeah.
like it, don't you? She
Yeah, I
really
do.
likes it.
Surfing is a very great
Yeah,
sport. I
and,
think
you know,
you
yeah.
need to control yourself and keep calm and you will not show any fear. And when the wave comes, you cannot be defeated by yourself. Yeah, you need to very brave
It's a
to meet
mental
the waves.
experience,
Yeah,
yeah.
you have to process a lot of information at the same time, you know, and coordinate your whole body. So and into that nature, that's incredible. Yeah, that's really fun. I think, you know, this sport's gonna take off some time in China as well, definitely.
Well, maybe you can help that out. But
Yeah,
before you do
definitely.
that, you know, maybe you could teach Mark and me how to surf.
Go to surfing?
I tried it once, but it was before you were born.
Well, it's just a bit fun, you know. Yeah.
It sounds great. It sounds
Yeah.
wonderful. I
Yeah.
hope you get a spot to surf on the Big Island. You going to the Big Island?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
will go to Big
To
Island, and then
Hawaii
we'll have a
Island,
try
yeah,
then.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But we are really starters, so we won't be able to do really, you know, big wave. But I guess, you know, we can.
Well,
we
there's
can
a
practice.
beach called, it's right near the Mauna Kea Resort, Kaipuna, Waipuna. And it's really a beautiful beach. And what it's famous for, just south of the hotel, the Mauna Kea Beach Hotel, and it has boogie boarding, which you
Ooh.
probably haven't tried yet.
That's the
No, probably
smaller
not.
boards.
Oh,
Yeah, this is in North Kohala, or Kohala, in the Big Island, on the
Well,
West Coast.
yeah.
And boogie boarding is so easy.
Oh,
It
really?
makes surfing look really hard. And you will love boogie boarding.
Ah.
You can go and go and go and go and go.
Well, we actually found someone's doing body surf, which is interesting to us because we never found it in China before. So
Yeah.
it's another
you
interesting
don't use
thing.
a board, surfing board.
Right, yeah,
just
yeah.
you know,
Just your body, keep
float
the
your
body
butt
float,
and
yeah.
you know
When the wave comes.
yeah,
Yeah.
when the wave comes.
Yeah.
Where did you
Yeah.
try that?
No, we dare not.
It's very hard to keep balance of the body. You know, if we got a surfing board, then you just lie on the board and you know and move as the waves comes. Yeah.
Well, good for you for the courage. good for you for getting involved in these ocean sports. Has Mark taken you around? Has Mark sat with you, as sometimes he does, for sort of an orientation about what life is like in the Hawaii practice?
Well, definitely. We walked with Mark to several parks here, you know.
How about the mayor's office?
Yeah. And, you know, we went to mayor's office without, you know, any notice. I was surprised. I asked, you know, really? We can go like this? But we did.
He knows the mayor.
So, yeah, Mark really nice. He brought us there, you know, and just talked to the people there, you know. Was really, you know, enjoying the time there. So, and various offices, functions, you know.
We went to some court hearings, which were pretty interesting.
All kinds of, you know, several courts here actually. We also went to the Christmas dinner with Mark and to his firm, and
lovely.
you know, meet everyone. It was just lovely, you know, have a very
wonderful.
nice dinner. Yeah.
So you're getting to see the whole thing.
Yeah.
No barriers. It's all open. It's all
No,
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess what we try to is if there is a barrier, we need to break it.
We can find it.
So
The other thing we've been doing, which I really like, is the movies and the music. And I've given them 3 movies, I think, so far.
Yeah.
What are
To
they?
Kill Mockingbird.
To Kill a Mockingbird,
12 Angry Men.
12 Angry Men, and Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah.
All about lawyers.
That's
Okay,
true.
all movies about lawyers, and then I've given them a whole selection of Hawaiian music, and I think they
Yeah,
like that. It's different, you know.
Yeah.
It's something to culturally learn.
yeah.
Have you visited the law school?
We've been to, not yet, but we are planning to.
Yeah. Well,
To
when you
visit.
go,
Yeah.
you want to see Allison Connor, who's a China expert, speaks Mandarin, been to China many times, and she's an expert in China movies.
Oh, really?
China movies in the 20s and the 30s, which she
that's
feels
very good.
formative, you know, for the revolution that followed. Where you see the interaction between the law, the courts, and the people, and you can see the tension in those days, and you can see modern China has its roots in the dissatisfaction that the people had with this form of legal practice. It's very interesting when you put law and then movies and culture and history all together.
Yeah.
That's what Allison does. So I hope you get a chance to meet her.
Yeah, definitely.
But
definitely.
we, both Jane and I, we went to the Punahou School, and
Oh.
yeah, we were invited to give a speech to the students
wonderful.
who have studied Chinese for several years.
They have a very good China center there in Punahou.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And they teach
International
Mandarin,
center.
you know.
Yeah. Those guys, maybe their parents are from China, from Taiwan, so their parents wants them to study Chinese, to speak very fluent Chinese.
Yeah.
So very
What
good
did you
appearance.
talk about at Punahou?
Just to talk about something about our appearance, life appearance, work appearance, and encouraging them to learn Chinese. Yeah, so so as to they can communicate with others with Chinese and can write Chinese characters. Yeah.
What did
can
you
have a
what did you
master.
think of Punahou? What did you think of it as a school, as a a physical property? What did you think of it? It's unusual. And in fact, I understand that the Jim Scott, the president of Punahou, is going to China now in order to participate, listen to this, participate with the government in Beijing to develop the best high school in the world. And he comes from a high school, Punahou. He supervises the high school, Punahou, which is treated as one of the best high schools in the world. But the Chinese want to make better.
Well,
Imagine that.
Yeah. I think it's so beautiful, that school, and all the facilities, all the teachers, it is incredible to us. So we was asking that whether they take international students, it will sort of take the school to another level. I think I'm sure a lot of Chinese parents going to be really privileged to be able to send their kids here and had, high school educations, and they can be more prepared for their kids to the colleges here. We all know a lot of Chinese students, parents doing that already. But the most option for them actually is send their kids to the international school in China, and then the kids can, take the, college.
That's as an entryway
Yeah.
for American schools.
Yeah. Because obvious Chinese system, legal education system is totally different from the U.S. Because in China, the school system is more focused on the exams, but here it's take broad views. It's not only how much marks you get, but also how many social activities you involve, how many social responsibilities will be
That's
taken.
great. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and it trained to be a leader, which you need a lot of things, not only marks. So, Chinese parents start to realize this, and they want their kids to be more prepared.
That's
for,
wonderful.
Yeah.
That makes responsible citizens.
Yeah.
It makes
as
for
well.
good leadership, better
Yeah.
country, better government, better world.
Yeah.
And this school has, have, two presidents. One is Shen Yuxuan, is the first president of Republic of China. Is
From
called
the school.
the founder father of the modern China.
Yeah,
And
okay.
the other is Obama, and the current president.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Perfect. So there's a connection there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to ask you guys, we have about 5 minutes left in our show today, and I wanted to ask you for your reaction so far to your experience in practicing, to the courts and government agencies that Mark has shown you, and to Hawaii and its people. How do you feel about it so far? And we'll ask you this again later.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
But give us a précis. If suppose you're going back to China now, and you're addressing some of your, firm lawyers, and they say, "Well, Thomas, how was it?" What's your answer?
Okay. We start now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I find Hawaii people are very friendly and very enthusiastic, and very polite. Whenever and wherever they saw you, they will greet you. Yeah, and also the weather here is very, very wonderful, and the food I'm enjoying. Yeah, yeah.
What kind of food?
I can name it, but it's quite.
Turkey.
Turkey.
Roasted turkey.
Yeah, Turkey.
Thanksgiving time.
Yeah. I went to the Thanksgiving party, to Lawrence home, and so the turkey is very tasty and roasted, very, very delicious, I should say.
Yeah.
And we do learn a lot from the exchange program.
What about, and this is really the bottom line question, what do you feel about the American system in the courts, in the law firms? How does it differ from China? What would you learn from it? And what would you try to teach it? Jane, what do you think?
I think Americans are very friendly. It's just as Chinese, I think, we are actually, people are genuinely kind, friendly, and, very open actually. So not only, accomplishment, but also, criticism, this is really, an open environment to us. So the second thing is, I think people here are very helpful, like Max, Larry, Roger, Alan, and Jay. You just put a lot of efforts and energy into the program.
We like you.
Yeah. So that makes we feel really warm and welcomed. So this is the second impression. The third one is in terms of what we learn from Americans, I think a lot, not only in the knowledges, as well as a lot of ideas, and like you said, how we can contribute to this society back in China, how to improve it. It gives a lot of ideas and it gives a lot of incentive to do that. In terms of what we can contribute, or what we can teach Americans, I guess there are a lot of old Chinese notion and old Chinese traditions which I think really deserve preservations, like respect elderly and try to take care of them. I think it's one of the the tradition which Chinese really maintained quite well, and it was developing into the other jurisdiction, other countries. Also, I think in some ways Americans need to sort of understand China and Chinese more as well, because China is changing. I think most people haven't been to China, and maybe they learn China from very old movies or or very old stories. But if you go to China right now, you will find the development of the China. Sometimes we make mistakes, like environment. We just suffer now. It's suffering now, but sometimes you just have to learn from mistakes. So if people can give us more time and be more tolerant to us, maybe we can improve ourselves. Yeah, this is really.
Thank you. That's a wonderful answer.
Yeah.
What about you, Thomas? I mean, what have you learned? At the essence of it, things that surprised you, and what would you want to take back, and what would you think that the American people should understand from China? The Chinese were doing circumnavigation. They were exploring the whole world, and we were still living in the forest. Back in the 18th century, it was something. So what would you think the exchange should be from what you see?
I think we can act as a bridge, bridge China and America to make people understand each other well, more better, I think. And we can both learn from each other. And I think America is a state of freedom. I think I just heard that a new law has passed to allow the same-sex marriage. Yeah. So I think China should be more open and more to the outside world, and more to deepen its reforms, and to accelerate the pace of economy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could use some reforms here too. So, Mark, what do you think of these guys? Now, I don't mean part of the program now. I mean Thomas and Jane. What do you think of them?
Well,
I don't mind asking a question like that.
Yeah, no, well, they already know the answer, because
Okay.
they know how much I highly think of them, and I tell everybody that, and it's the truth. They are just they come here and they're just willing to learn and willing to share, and we always we've had great relationship, and it's something that I really think is beneficial to Hawaii and will help develop the China-U.S.-Hawaii relationship in the future. So, they know I think of them highly. I tell everybody that, and because it's true.
Thank you.
Will you come back after this trip?
Yeah.
We will probably go back at the end of January. So it will finish our 3 months training here. And so we're gonna bring a lot of nice stuff back to China and try to, put in our daily practice. Hopefully, we can develop some business opportunities between Hawaii and China. and try to build up a network. And also one thing we learned from these guys is, to be a responsible lawyer is very important, and actually is a much privileged to be in that position. So we will take what we learn here and try to contribute to our community back in China as well, to try to make it a better living places, as well as improve the social environment as well.
Thomas?
Yeah, I think I learned a lot from Roger and Mark. Yeah, they are very dedicated to their work. They love their career, and then they more like love life. I think we learn a lot. We enjoy a lot. Yeah. So thanks for them to organize such kind of exchange program. I really expect the Hawaii lawyers can go to Shanghai, and we'll warmly welcome them.
We're all coming over. That's Thomas Wang and Jane Ying and Mark Shklov sitting behind them. We've been talking about the China Visiting Lawyers Program here on Asia in Review as part of the ThinkTech live streaming series. We've enjoyed it very much, and we're going to do it again, and maybe again after that, just to take a line on how you guys are doing during your trip. Thank you so much for coming down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Mark.
you.
Aloha.
Aloha.